Jay, when you finally won your first Mr. Olympia title, how did you feel about it emotionally?
First year I won the Mr. Olympia competition was 2006, and for me, I think emotionally it was kind of like a relief. It was something I tried for so long, and it was one of these things I never really, when I first started training, I never thought possible. So, when I was close to winning in 2001 against Ronnie Coleman, I battled, basically, 2003, 4, 5, and then finally won in 2006. So it was more of a relief than wow, I just won the Mr. Olympia title. It was, just satisfying, but I knew I still had stuff to do in this business. So for me, it was just wow, I beat Ronnie Coleman rather than became Mr. Olympia. That was the hardest part about winning the title.
When you came back to compete the next year, did you feel more pressure?
I felt more pressure for sure. I mean, when you become the champion, you have the bullseye, and people expect so much from you. They want improvement. As Mr. Olympia, you're expected to take everything to the next level every year. It's never satisfying enough if you come back, how you looked in the prior years. So for me, it was always going back to the drawing board and try to become something better, and not even satisfy yourself. You have to be better, as you progress. I mean, that's just how things should be. As you progress, you should get better. I mean, if you want to take an example, as a company, you don't want to, have a year that you go backwards. I mean, it just doesn't happen that way.
What did it mean to you personally to be the champion?
What does it mean to be Mr. Olympia? It means to be the best of the best. It means to fulfill the best possible outcome of what you do. You can't do any better. I mean, when you work at something and try to do the best you can and try to win the Mr. Olympia title with the best effort possible and actually win the best competition in the world.
What does it really mean to be Mr. Olympia and to represent that title?
A great champion is a lot of things. There's a lot of great things to make a great champion. I mean, you have to be a role model to a lot of people. You have to carry yourself as a professional all the time. You have to give yourself to a lot of people. You have to go in and have to train at 100%. You have to go to bed every night and say, am I fulfilling the task of being the best at what I do? Am I achieving my ultimate goal, which is to be an ambassador, someone who exemplifies what Mr. Olympia is? I mean, that's what you have to figure out on your own.
So the new Mr. Olympia, Phil Heath, what are your thoughts on him?
Phil Heath is, I've known Phil Heath for a long time. He's matured into what the ideal representative of Mr. Olympia is. He's, not only a great bodybuilder, and I feel at this time, no one that's even has a chance to be really beaten at this point. I feel that he represents Mr. Olympia well just because of his persona, how he carries himself, his person as a businessman, as a family man, his beliefs. He's carrying the tradition of what Mr. Olympia needs to be.
So when Phil finally dethroned you, how did that affect you?
I was disappointed when I lost the Olympia in 2011. But, I lost to a great champion. I mean, when I lost the title in 2008 to Dexter Jackson, I knew that, I was able to come back and regain it. And I felt the same way. I felt that I could come back and do it again. I mean, even though I was standing there losing the title to Phil, I said, this isn't the end. I knew I was coming back for something, that I believe was mine.
So you had a major announcement. Let's talk about that.
Basically, my partnership with BPI Sports, which, I'm falling under a product line through BPI, Image Sports, and EXT Sports, endorsing products through them, and also in 2013 launching a signature Jay Cutler line, which will focus on the hardcore bodybuilding, obviously the following that I have and created over the years. 20 years I've been a professional bodybuilder, and to be the best, supplement market products out there.
But what about the big comeback?
Yeah, I'm gonna be. You know what? I keep calling it a comeback, but it's more of just a carrying on of what I was set out to do. So I'll be on stage in 2013 to try to achieve a 5th title, which was the ultimate goal.
So with Phil being so dominant, how much pressure do you feel coming back?
I feel zero pressure, to be honest. I know what it takes. I've been in the trenches before. I've lost. I've been against the unbeatable with Ronnie Coleman. I think Phil, this year, like I mentioned, is untouchable. But I'm not in the lineup, so it makes a difference.
There's millions of people throughout the world that go to work, especially in the United States. They go to work, they hate their job, they hate their life. You're in a society where you can actually change that. You don't have to go, because guess what? No one's putting a gun up to your head saying you have to. And they'll say, well, I've got kids, I've got this, I've got that. We're all gifted. You just have to find out what that is and give a damn about success and achieving those goals.